If someone was standing over there, they'd be dead. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Letting a Wheel Pick My Crafts. And it's episode 10, quite surprising. I honestly wasn't expecting to record 10 of these, but I kinda like them. Anyway, we should all know the rules by now, so I'm just gonna dive straight in, find out what I'm gonna be making in today's episode, and spin that wheel. Come on, big money, big money. Oh. So it's landed on table. Table could be an issue. It could definitely be an issue. This is the problem when it comes to this series. It lands on something and it seems fine until the rest of the wheels go along and just screw the entire thing up. So it's pointless even like thinking about anything at the minute. A table. This could be a disaster. So now it's time to find out what this table has to be made from. And looking at the wheel choices, I would obviously like wood. I wouldn't mind plastic. I wouldn't mind metal. And I think that's about it. I've got a very limited amount of hard materials on there. A lot of the other stuff, it's just not durable at all. I guarantee it's going to land on something awful. I reckon it's going to land on food. I'm going to put money on it now. This is going to land on food. But let's find out and spin that wheel. Oh, okay. Oof. Ooh, that was drama.
You can't tell me what to do! You ain't my mother! Yes, I am!
It landed on paper, then it went to wood, and now it's on my choice. Oh, that's good, my choice. Do I want an easy day, or do I want a hard day? See, I'm thinking plastic would be good, but if I don't get a good budget, then plastic's bad, because I do have some plastic. Actually, I might do plastic, because I have plastic in the studio. I have a lot of plastic from a previous thing, and I could easily make a table with no budget if I needed to, and quite a nice table as well. We haven't had plastic yet, have we? I think that'll be a fun one. I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm gonna go for plastic. I think that'll be interesting. I still would like a budget because the plastic that I do have is actually for an art installation that I made beforehand, so I would have to dismantle that to use it for this table, which isn't ideal, but if push comes to shove, I don't mind. It's all just in storage anyway, so it's not getting used. Okay, so it's time for the budget wheel. And because plastic usually is quite expensive, I would like a top-end budget. I'm thinking anywhere from 40 to 65 would be nice. And then that gives me options. It definitely keeps it open, so fingers crossed. But let's find out and spin that wheel. What? 50 quid? Oh, champion. Nice. Oh, the wheel's doing me well today. I'm very pleased. That's nice of them, isn't it? They're usually an asshole. So now we're on to the final wheel, and this decides whether I can use any other materials that isn't plastic for decorative purposes and support and structure. And I would like the option for yes, because I've just had an idea of something I kind of want to do, and if I get a yes, then it means I can do it, and then obviously if it says no, I can't. But it's been good to me so far, so I'm thinking it's going to say yes. But let's find out and spin that wheel. Oh no. You teased us. You teased us you were on yes for a while. And then I thought you were going to go back over to yes. But then you said no. You rejected us. Right. That's a shame. Because I was thinking, I may as well tell you my plan now. Because I was thinking about making a resin table and then like adding stuff inside the resin table, which obviously would be materials other than plastic. And that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Like a casted resin table. But I can't do that now, so it doesn't matter. I still could, but it wouldn't have stuff inside it. I don't know, I've got a lot to think about. Okay, so in today's episode, I'm going to be making a table. It has to be made from plastic. I've got a £50 budget, and I can't use any other materials for decorative purposes or support and structure. And I don't see too many issues. I've never made a table before. I don't think I have anyway. So that's the only challenge I can think of. The fact that my abilities might potentially let me down. I think it's going to be okay though. I think I'm going to actually make something quite nice today. It really makes a change. But anyway, I'll see you in a few weeks and we can figure out what I've done. I'm back. So I have to admit that my design for this table isn't particularly unique, it's not original, and it's very simple and kind of boring. And the reason for this is because if I created quite an overly complicated table, and considering I've never made a table before, way more things can go wrong. However, the table that I'm going to be making, although it's simple, I'm going to have to rely a lot on measurement, and as we all know, I'm absolutely awful at measuring stuff, so there's still a lot of things that can go wrong with this, but I think it's going to look okay. So this is the only thing that I bought for this challenge, this piece of plastic, which is going to act as the top of my table, and it's in a nice hot pink, so, you know, it's sexy. Just realised it's got a big scratch on it. I ordered this online, and I didn't really check it before it's arrived, and it's absolute terrible quality. I spent a lot of money on this as well. I spent £40 odd on it. This is why you should review your orders. Look at this state of that. Anyway, never mind. And then I also have some of these plastic rods, and I think that'll be quite a nice contrast, the black and the pink. I think that'll be fun. Obviously the rods are going to act as the legs for this table, and these rods I didn't buy. They're from an old art installation that I made, a different one than what I was talking about before, and it was like this big feathered, I think I called it the Feathered Forest or something like that. I'll probably put up a video of what it looks like, and that video is incredibly shaky, so I'm sorry about that. But it was a very immersive installation that cost an absolute arm and a leg and took me ages to make, and my tutors didn't like it in the end anyway, so it was a complete waste of time. They liked the other students' work, the ones who put very little effort in and spent very little money, and the outcome was, you know, pretty subpar. But the person who actually put effort in and invested a lot of money into it and took the time and created an original immersive concept, she couldn't give a shit, could they? But I'm not bitter at all.
I hate you!
So I don't mind that I'm dismantling a part of that installation because I think I'm missing parts of it anyway. I don't know where half of it is. There might be some under the stairs. I think there might be a lot of it under the stairs. A weird place to put art, but you know, you have to find places for things. Right, so my first thing I need to do is to cut these poles down to act as the table legs. Now that might not sound difficult, but I'm going to be using the meter part of the saw, which cuts it on an angle. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to cut this bit at one angle, and then another bit at the opposite kind of angle, so that it sits the table head on top and then spreads out. If that makes any sense at all. I've thought about it, and in my head it makes sense. But I need my terrible, awful, scary power saw, so that's going to be fun, isn't it? So I think since I've got one bit of plastic rod already cut to this size and the other two are a little bit longer, I'll just use this one as a benchmark and we'll keep the table that length. I think that'll be fine. And look at this, you're getting a different view of the studio. You can see what she called over there. I can't remember what her name was. Glynis or Gladys or something. She's very dusty. I don't clean her. Right, so let's try and cut these down to the correct size. Accuracy is not my forte. Right, this should be the right length, I hope. I've just cleaned the studio and now it's a mess again. Right, moment of truth. Are they the right size? Oh my god, they're perfect. They're literally the perfect size. Oh, how good am I? Well done. I'll keep that bit of plastic. And believe it or not, with that art installation, I had to cut all these plastic poles to various different sizes. So I spent hours and hours using this exact saw, cutting plastic rods. And I never once injured myself, which is very, very surprising. I still hate it. I'm still terrified of it. Okay, so this should be the right size, I hope. I swear as well, when that saw goes up, it sounds like it's dying. Sounds like it's just struggling away. One's slightly shorter than the other two, but I think because it's so slight, it's not going to make much of a difference. Everything's going to go wrong at this next part anyway, so it doesn't matter. So now what I was talking about before is I need to make this part of the rod and the other part of the rod, I need to cut them at a 45-degree angle on opposite sides. And I think this saw does that. And I think I've used it for that before, but I can't remember how to do it. I do something and it like moves that way. No, that's not right. Oh wait, do I move this thing? No, I don't think that does anything. It's got so many like little bits on it, I don't even know what any of it does. You should really know what a big power saw does in all its parts before you use it, but I don't. Oh, here we go. Yes, I do just twist it. Right, so that is at a 45-degree angle, I think. It's so confusing. I think this is going to work. It's going to have to work. If I bring that down and cut that there, it's just going to be so hard to measure. This table, in the end, might be very kind of wibbly-wobbly, and you might not be able to balance things on it, but it's still going to be a table. Oh, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. It proper flung out. See, this is why I'm scared of stuff like that. That could have put someone's eye out. If someone was standing over there, they'd be dead. But there we have it. I've got a 45-degree angle. And I don't want to use this anymore. But now I need to do it on the opposite side. And I also need to do it facing the opposite way. Alright, actually that shouldn't be too hard. You probably can't see everything I'm doing because I don't have a camera person to literally record every single move I make. But you'll just have to use your imagination. Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. It tugs. The sort of tugs on the plastic that I'm holding, and I don't feel like I'm in control. And I've cut it the wrong way. I've cut it the wrong way. No! How do I fix this? Can I fix this? I feel like you need to be a mathematician for this to work. It's always gonna cut it like that. So how do I make it go the other way? Surely there's a way to make this 45-degree angle, instead of going that way, go that way. You know what? I could just have it so that the table leg's like that. Oh, it's gonna have to do. It'll be different. It'll be different. Right, let's just get the other two done. It's too much thinking. It's far too much thinking for me. And it's very early in the morning and I can't. My brain, no, not working. Early in the morning, I'm operating heavy-duty machinery that wants to kill us. And I'm trying to do maths. All my least favourite things in life. It never gets better. It never ever gets better. That one wasn't as scary, I'm getting used to it now. Hang on a second, that's different. I've done it right on that one and I didn't even mean to. Well, I haven't done it right. Oh, I don't care. I really don't care. I've got one more cut to do and then it's all over. I can do this. I've learned a trick to stop the bit of plastic flying all over the place. You take it slow and steady. I was rushing because I was terrified. And that just sent it across the studio. So you just take your time with things. Okay, I think I'm done with that. Great. Now I need to tidy up because there's little bits of plastic absolutely everywhere. Okay, so I just want to give this bit of plastic a quick polish just to get all the kind of scuffs off it because it's pretty shitty looking. And this is something I have no problem with. I quite enjoy this. Way better than sawing. Could eat my dinner off that. And the thing is, I know it's quite like a... I don't know, I think some people get potentially turned on or like excited when like a manly man uses power tools and stuff. So if I've just broken that illusion for you and completely ruined it, I'm so sorry. But not all men are like that. We don't all like football and power tools and dangerous things. Some of us like other things. I'm not going to tell you what I like because I don't want you to laugh at us. But I'm great at cleaning, so I would make a fantastic husband. Not that I ever want to be a husband. I'm happy on my own. Okay, so now to attach the legs to the bit of plastic, I was thinking about kind of using screws or something like that, but if you've ever screwed or drilled through plastic or acetate or anything like that, you'll know it is so hard. It just like cracks and crumbles. So instead of doing that, I'm going to super glue the legs on, and I think it'll be alright. I think it'll be strong enough. The issue I'm going to have is where do I put the legs, because I'm going to have to measure them, otherwise it's all going to be wrong. And it's just, oh, these legs are going to go really far out. This table's going to be so weird. It's not going to look right at all. How do I find the centre of a circle? It's like asking what's the meaning of life. I don't know. You need to know like pi. The thing is, when I was at school and they used to teach you pi and Pythagoras theorem and all that kind of stuff, I was like, I'm never going to need that. And it turns out, for this one thing, I'm probably going to need it. Shall I just guess? I think I might just guess. I can't be bothered to measure. I really can't be bothered because I'll measure it and I'll measure wrong anyway, so there's no point. I'll just eyeball it because I have quite good eyes for things, so I think it'll go okay. So we'll probably just want, I'm thinking about the table, about there I think. I know people are going to get so frustrated and be like, Mater. Put some super glue on there. Doesn't matter if it's messy because it's the bottom of the table. Oh, this table's going to be an absolute mess. I had such good intentions for this table and it's going to be an absolute disaster, I know it is. I'm so glad I didn't make a more complicated design. I told you this is why I kept it simple, and simple could still go wrong, and I'm proving what I preach. I'm looking at the legs on this. It's not going to go, it's not going to go well. What is going on here? It keeps moving all over the place, right? Just stay there. I need a wee, so hurry up. What are you doing? Why aren't you like gluing. You're super glue. Super glue's supposed to be amazing. Super glue's supposed to be instant. I don't know what this is doing. Just stay still. Try and stay still. I've got the shakes. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. Oh my god, what are you playing at? Have I put too much glue on? Glue shouldn't take that long to set. Wipe the excess off. I can't hot glue it together. Hot glue won't be strong enough. I don't know what's going on. It's like it's not even like doing anything. Oh, you stick to my finger though. I'm going for a wee. I've decided I'm just going to use hot glue. I'm sure super glue used to be way better back in the day, and now the formulas are just absolutely awful. It never seems to work. I remember super glue, as soon as it touched anything, it would just stick. That's the whole point of it. And now, just shite, isn't it? I think hot glue is going to work just fine anyway. I'll just use extra hot glue. Right, and stick you on. I should never have doubted hot glue. Hot glue is just amazing. Unless it obviously lets me down. This table's going to be the ugliest table you've ever seen, by the way. I'm just forewarning you now. I don't think hot glue is going to be strong enough. Oh, look at that. It's just all... now I've just got a big hard blob of glue on my table. Who knew this was going to be the hardest part? I thought the cutting of the legs would be the hardest part. Oh my god, it's well stuck to this. I might just have to leave that blob of glue on the bottom there and work around that. I'm going to have to go back to super glue. I don't know whether you can tell, but I'm not having a good time. Right, try again. I'm not going to put as much on this time. Just a little tiny blob, and we'll just go around that glue. Far less super glue on now, so hopefully that was the issue. Hold it nice and still. I don't need a wee, so it's fine. It's still not even sticking. It's not even close to sticking. I don't know what to do. So I've tried super glue twice. I'm now trying hot glue for the second time. I don't know what's going on. Like, I really don't. Try this again. Please, please just stick. It's so unstable, but I think it's stuck. I don't want to let go of the leg because I think the leg's going to come off as soon as I let go of this. Oh, well now I'm stuck. I have to hold a pole. I can't hold a pole forever. Keep that. Oh, I can hear it. No. It's not stuck at all. So I don't know what else I can do. I'm stuck, unlike the glue. I'm getting so close to just throwing this entire thing away. I'm getting so angry at it. I'm going to stick them all at the same time, and then we'll just flip it over, and it'll be the kind of table that you're just never allowed to move. Put just an absolute mountain of hot glue. Grab all three of these and just stick them down all at the same time, which is going to be hard because I only have 2 arms. So I might have to use my face. Shove you on there. Hold that one there and that one there. This is the only way I can think of making this work. But then I'm stuck and I don't know how to move. It's all just gonna fall apart, I know it is. It's not gonna stand. I've had an idea and it hasn't worked, and I'm just trying to make it work. I'm gonna put it on the floor, I'm gonna try and figure something out, and then we'll see what happens. Oh, sake. I'm just gonna show you what I've made, and just don't laugh at us. Okay, so this is kind of what my table was supposed to look like. Obviously one of the legs has fallen off. Them 2 legs, they're not actually attached. They're just balancing. Like, look at the state of it. It's just, oh, it's so bad. And then I've had to add a little metal tripod thing and a pair of scissors on that side just to balance it so it doesn't all fall apart. But that's kind of what I was aiming for. You can see what I was going for. You can tell that was supposed to be a table. And if you just use your imagination, we can all agree that that table would have looked really nice. But I'm stuck. I don't know what else to do. It's completely defeated us. I can't do anything else. And I'm so sick and tired of it. I've been on hours trying to make this table work, and I can't do it. I physically can't do it. But I had very good intentions, and I hope everyone understands that. I really, really tried my best. So, I think we can all agree that this episode hasn't gone well. I had no idea a table, of all things, would be so hard to make. It's my own fault. It's completely my own fault. I know where I've gone wrong. So I was trying to make, like, a table the proper way by doing, like, 45-degree angles and stuff. That's what I just don't even know. I'm not going to even make any excuses up. I'm so angry. You have no idea. Everything was supposed to work fine. There was supposed to be absolutely 0 issues. The only issues I thought I was going to have is it was going to be kind of a bit topsy-turvy and a bit like wobbly. But I never thought I would never actually be able to make one. But if you enjoyed this absolute mess, that's the only way I can describe it, a mess of a video, then give it a thumbs up, I suppose, if you're feeling generous. I know I wouldn't. Alright, well, I'm gonna go and just completely scream into a pillow. So I will see you next week for hopefully a slightly more successful video. I've honestly, like, I seem to top myself with how shit I am at doing anything. I wonder how do I exist as a person? How can a person who's so useless at, like, pretty much anything and everything exist on planet Earth? I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I get by day to day, but somehow, somewhere, I do. It's an absolute miracle.